look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look in the 5 and 10, glistening once again, with candy canes and silver lanes aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, toys in every store. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be right on your front door. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Barney and Ben. Dolls that will talk and will go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well, the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart. Pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Barney and Ben. Dolls that will talk and will go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart. Merry Christmas, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us for the 4th night of Advent. Tonight's service will be filled with stories, music, carols, and there might even be a surprise visit from someone from the North Pole. You'll just have to stick around and see. So get comfortable, get a glass of hot cocoa, sit by the fire with your family, sing along when you can, and let's just have a great time. We know that everything going on right now is really hard, and that this Christmas season is gonna look a lot different than we're used to. But we thought that we could bring some holiday cheer into your home this evening. So enjoy.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the world, the Saviour reigns. Let man their songs employ, while fields and floods, forest hills and plains, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat, repeat the sounding joy. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love, and wonders, wonders of his love, and wonders, wonders
first story is a classic, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. One Christmas Eve, Ebenezer Scrooge sat at his desk as his nephew invited him to dinner. "Bah, humbug," replied the grumpy old man. "Christmas is a waste of time." Scrooge continued counting his money as his nephew went home. Clerk Bob Cratchit wanted to be home with his family too, but Scrooge wouldn't close early on a holiday. Finally, the two men left the office at the same time. When Scrooge arrived home, he was shocked to find the face of his dead partner appear in the door knocker. "You are selfish and lonely, Ebenezer," moaned Marley's spirit. "Before dawn, you'll be visited by 3 spirits. Heed their warnings." Scrooge raced to his bedroom and bolted the door. He changed into his night clothes and sat nervously in the moonlight. Suddenly a gentle voice said, "I am the ghost of Christmas past. Ebenezer, come with me to your past." The spirit took Scrooge to a day long ago when Scrooge's sister brought him home from school for Christmas. Scrooge remembered what fun it was to spend the holiday with his family. He became very sad when he remembered this was all in the past. "Take me away, spirit," Scrooge begged. "I can't bear this." At once Scrooge found himself outside a small house. "Follow me, Scrooge," boomed the ghost of Christmas present. The giant spirit wore a wreath of holly around his head and led Scrooge to a frosted window. Inside, Bob Cratchit's family was gathered at the dinner table. They were laughing and smiling as Bob carried his son to the table. Tiny Tim was perched on Bob's shoulders, waving a crutch and squealing with delight. "Tiny Tim is such a happy child, but he may never walk again," warned the ghost. Scrooge sadly turned away from the window. The clock struck midnight. Suddenly Scrooge was being led by the ghost of Christmas future, who was shrouded in a hooded black cape. Scrooge trembled as he followed the silent phantom to the town graveyard. The spirit stopped and pointed to a grave. "Oh no!" shrieked Scrooge as he read his own name on the tombstone. "Good spirit, I know that I have not been a kind person. Help me avoid this dreadful fate. Tell me it's not too late to change my ways." Sunshine came bursting through the window on Christmas morning. Scrooge sprang out of bed and threw open the shutters. I'm alive, he sang. "I've been given a second chance." "You there," he called to a boy on the street below. "Be a good lad, use this money to buy the fattest Christmas turkey and deliver it to Bob Cratchit's house." Scrooge tossed some coins out the window, then shouted, "And buy a little something for yourself too." All day long, Scrooge greeted every person he met with a smile and a Merry Christmas. He gave money to the poor, laughed with children, and shared his newfound spirit of the season with everyone. Overnight, Scrooge became a kind and generous man who truly knew the meaning of Christmas. Scrooge celebrated Christmas with his nephew and even gave Bob Cratchit a raise. Tiny Tim spoke for all when he declared, "Thank you for a joyous Christmas, and God bless us, everyone."
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, la 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 la, la 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 la. Donning out our gay
everybody. Oh, this is one of Santa's favorite things to do every year. I love to come to St. Saviour's, but I sure do miss all of the kids. Stay safe, everyone. We'll see you next year. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Long ago on a silent night. Long ago and far away, a baby was born on Christmas Day. Shepherds knelt and angels sang, till the night sky with rejoicing rang. This wonder was seen by a lucky few. I see a miracle in you. Long ago in a dusty barn, a mother took a child in her arms, wrapped him snug, made his bed in the hay. He was her gift that Christmas Day. There's no sweeter gift than a life so new. My best gift, little one, is you. Long ago, at her child's first cry, a mother sang a lullaby. Sleep, little angel, sleep, little lamb. When you need comfort, here I am. I will always watch over you. Hush, little baby, I'll sing it too. Long ago, with scarcely a sound, the stable's animals gathered round. Hoof and feather, hide and beak. Some say the animals began to speak. Their love for the child, could it be true? We will whisper our love to you. Long ago, on a silent night, travelers followed a new star's light, bearing gifts of love to welcome a child who would one day calm a tempest wild and teach mercy and gentleness as he grew. My love, you're a gentle teacher too. Long ago at a temple door, Simeon and Anna paced the floor, awaiting a glimpse of a promised son, a prince of peace, a chosen one. Before you came, our family knew it was worth the wait to welcome you. Long ago, so the carols sing, was born to a maiden an infant king, with the sky for a palace, the earth for a throne, the hills and the rivers his treasures to own. Through your eyes the skies shine a deeper blue. Treasure of mine, you make all things new. Long ago, as day followed day, this baby grew in the usual way, watched and rocked and taught and fed, washed and dressed and tucked into bed. We're blessed in the simplest things we do. You return the love we give to you. Long ago at that sacred birth, a piece of heaven fell to earth, to light the world and spread God's peace, bringing hope and help that would never cease. From the moment I held you, child, I knew you came straight from heaven too. Not long ago, in a nearby place, was given to me a gift of grace. All my hopes, my joy, my heart's desire, your sweet voice is my angel choir. Wondrous, holy, strange, and true. Little one, my miracle is you.
Long time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible say, Mary's boy child Jesus Christ was born on Christmas Day. Hark now, hear the angels sing, new king's born today, and we will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. While shepherds watch their flocks by night, they see a bright new shining star. Hear a choir from heaven sing, the music came from afar. Hark now, hear the angels sing, new king's born today. We will live forevermore Now Joseph and his wife Mary came to Bethlehem that night. Found no place to bear her child, not a single room was in sight. By and by they found a little nook in a stable all forlorn. In a manger cold and dark, Mary's little boy child was born. Trumpets sound and angels sing, listen to what they say. We will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Trumpets sound and angels sing, listen to what they say. That we will live forevermore because of Christmas Day.
Now, I know that this virtual gathering can in no way replace the in-person times that we normally get to spend together during the Christmas season. This year especially, we're missing the annual sleigh ride, chili dinner, and sing-along, as well as the senior supper club. So, we've decided to bring that to you. We hope that you're enjoying this so far. We hope that you and your family are singing along to all your favorite Christmas carols and enjoying the stories. So, here we go. Let's hear some more music.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, the snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Far away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we read by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's a circus clown. We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman until the other kiddies knock him down. When it snows, ain't it thrilling? Though your nose gets a chillin', we'll frolic and play the moment away, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland.
Snow, what fun, when snowmen come to life on Christmas Eve. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the land the snowflakes were stirring according to plan. They sprang into life in a flurry, white flurry, and fled from their yards in a great big fat hurry, into the streets where they shouted with glee, hooray, now it's time for the snow jubilee. They clumped and they clustered, said howdy and hi, then smooshed in their snow clouds and swooshed through the sky, past forests and rivers and over a knoll, to a most secret place that's just south of North Pole. From all over the planet they started arriving, and greeted each other with hugs and high-fiving. 'Twas their once-a-year snow night, their big rendezvous, but first they had something important to do. Look, someone shouted, up there, it's his sleigh. We've got to guide Santa, there's no time to delay. So quickly they lined up, their form was perfection, and waved Santa's sleigh in a southbound direction. Then they took out their banjos, their flutes and their drums, they sang silly songs and they hummed happy hums. They waltzed and they polkaed, they jived and they jumped, they pranced and they chicken danced, man were they pumped. They staged a big contest with fabulous games, they awarded the winners and called out their names. Now slushy, now freezy, now twirly, now twiggles. On jingle, on bingle, on wheezy, on wiggles. They snapped on their snowshoes, their skis, and their skates, and barreled about at incredible rates. And when they were tired, they flopped to the ground, enjoying their bird friends who flapped all around, feeding them seeds they had brought in big sacks. It felt really good just to rest and relax. Then suddenly they could hear bells in the air. It's Santa, he's back and he's got gifts to spare. The snowflakes looked upward and grinned at the sight of packages raining down into the night. Wow, what a fabulous snow jubilee! But the night's almost over, so we'd better flee. We've helped out old Santa and had some fun too. Mission accomplished, it's time to skidoo. Softly they swooped up in balls of white fluff, and lumpily, bumpily flew fast enough to arrive in their places before the sun rose and return every one to their regular pose. Now maybe you're thinking it's hard to believe that snow people come to life each Christmas Eve. But look out your window first thing Christmas Day and see if your snowman looks quite the same way.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of gold. Frosty the Snowman was a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk cap they had, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Frosty the Snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun, and we go right miles away. Down to the village with a broomstick in his hand, running here and there all around the stairs, saying, catch me if you can. Led them down the streets of town right to the traffic cop, and he only paused a moment when he heard him holler, stop! Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. Thumpity-thump-thump, thumpity-thump-thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity-thump-thump, thumpity-thump-thump, over the hills of snow.
The herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With the angelic host proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark, the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Christ by highest heaven adored, Christ the everlasting Lord. In time behold him come, offspring of the Virgin's womb. Hail
Our last story is Santa's Surprise Sleigh. It was a few days before Christmas. Hank's grandfather, whom everybody called Mr. Fix-It, was looking for the box of Christmas tree decorations. "It's here somewhere," he muttered. "Oh, Grandpa," Hank thought, "you'll never find anything in this pile of junk." "Why, here it is," his grandfather said, "right where I put it on Abe Lincoln's desk." "Abe Lincoln's desk? Come on, Grandpa," Hank said. "This was his desk when he was a little boy." And this little wooden horse was made by one of Santa's elves. Hank hated the stories his grandpa made up about the junk in his barn, especially the stories about Christmas. Grandpa never stopped telling stories. Sometimes Hank wished his family didn't live on his grandpa's farm. "Maybe Santa Claus will be back for his sleigh blade this year," Grandpa continued. Hank had heard enough. "Come on, Grandpa, cut it out. I know better, so don't make up stories for me, okay?" "Okay," his grandpa softly replied. Early the next morning, Hank watched his grandfather trudge out to the barn. It was snowing pretty hard, but his grandpa didn't even seem to notice. Sometimes Hank worried about him. By the time Hank reached the barn, Grandpa Fix-It was already inside, digging under a pile of junk, trying to pull out an old rusty sleigh runner. "This here belongs to Santa. Gotta polish it up," he said. "Want to help me get this ready for Santa?" Grandpa asked. "No thanks, Grandpa." Hank watched the old man work. Grandpa Fix-It scraped off the rust and then polished the old-fashioned runner until it gleamed like new silver. "See how this tip curls up?" his grandpa said. "Must have taken some elves a pretty hour to make that." Grandpa worked on the blade all day. He was working so hard he didn't hear the dinner bell ring. "Grandpa," Hank called, but he didn't come in. Grandpa Fix-It was polishing the blade as if he expected someone to show up for it at any moment. "He'll freeze out there working on that runner," Hank's mother said. "There's a snowstorm." "You know how he is once he starts on a project," Hank's aunt chimed in. "There's no stopping him." Hank's father agreed. "I'll go out and get him." But Grandpa was gone, so was the blade, only the lantern remained. Hank's father returned to the house. He was worried. Grandpa's not out there, and he's not in the barn. Hank and his uncle and dad went back outside to search for him. "Grandpa," Hank called, but his shouts were muffled by all the snowfall. Hank looked all around and the stump for some clue. For a moment, Hank thought he saw hoof prints and sleigh tracks in the snow near the barn. But the snowstorm was getting worse. It was hard to be sure. Everyone returned to the house. His father was talking on the phone to the police when Hank thought he heard the sound of distant sleigh bells. Hank looked out the window. Could those be reindeer out there? No. Was that someone out there with a red and white outfit and white beard? It couldn't be. Did he hear laughter? Sleigh bells? Hank rubbed his eyes and peered through the snow. A few moments later, Grandpa Fix-It came in, twinkle-eyed and red-cheeked. "Blade works fine," Grandpa said as he took his coat off. "Finished it just in time, too. Got me a little sample ride. Santa's right pleased," he muttered. Everyone was so happy to see Grandpa that they didn't pay any attention to what he was saying. Only Hank noticed the sleigh outside, and only Hank heard the merry ho 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 that faded off up into the winter sky. Grandpa and Hank smiled secretly at each other. From that moment on, Hank knew his Grandpa Fix-It was the most special grandpa anyone could ever ask for.
As Tyler mentioned, there's many big long traditions that go on at St. Saviour's. And he talked about two of them, the chili dinner, sleigh ride, and carol sing, as well as the senior supper. And there's one song that has appeared at both of those events, the sleigh ride, which has been going for about 40 years, and the senior supper, probably 33 or 34 years. One song that has appeared at all of those is the 12 Days of Christmas. And it's almost like the St. Saviour's signature Christmas song. And so I'm going to sing that. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 4th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 5th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 6th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 7th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 8th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 9th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 10th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 10 lords a-leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 11th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a-leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 12th day of Christmas my true love gave to me 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a-leaping, 9 ladies dancing, maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves. Big finish. And a partridge in a pear tree.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. ever saw it. You would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Well, that's almost the end of the night. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope that you and your families enjoyed sharing our favorite Christmas carols and stories. Make sure to join us on Christmas Eve. We have a 4 p.m. service and a 7 p.m. service. Make sure to check out our Facebook, website, and social media for all of the information and links to those services. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding and bring it right here. For tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring it right here. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We all like our figgy pudding. We all like our figgy pudding. We all like our figgy pudding with all its good cheer. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!